Hey guys, welcome to the first video on the channel. And today's video is gonna be about me and Kwame. We're gonna be talking about what things you'll need for the specific classes. So like what's the best armor set, what's the best weapon, all that will be covered in today's video. We'll go over Berserk, Mage, Healer, Archer, and Tank. Yes, every single class. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's hop into it.
The first viable archer setup is full legendary skeleton masters with the hurricane spell, an epic skeleton pet, and a flower truth. All these, this whole setup equates to around 13 million coins. The second archer setup is 3/4 Shadow Assassin with a legendary zombie knight chestplate with 2 bone rings, a legendary skeleton pet, and a flower truth. All of this armor and weapons equate to around 82 million coins, and this setup can get you through 4 and 5. The next armor set is full Shadow Assassin with 3 overload 5 bone rings with a skeleton pet, a baby yeti, a flower truth, and an ice spray. All this armor will get you through 4-6 and maybe even 4-7, but this setup has a pricey tag of 233 mil. The fourth setup has 3/4 Necron with the Shadow Assassin chestplate, 4 bone rings, all with Soul Eater 2, Overload 5, a baby yeti, and a legendary skeleton pet with an ice spray wand and a flower truth. This setup equates to 318 mil, and it's very good, and it will lead you into some 4-7 S+ groups. The last setup and the best archer setup there is possible right now is 3/4 Necron with the 5-star Tarantula helmet with 5 overload 5 bones, a flower truth for lifesteal, a Valkyrie for ferocity so you can sword swap, a legendary Ender Dragon pet. This pricey setup costs you almost 1.15 billion coins, so you better start saving. The first Berserker setup is full epic zombie knight with a flower of truth and a livid dagger is optional, and also an epic tiger pet. This slightly cheap setup will set you back 12.25 mil, but will really get you a good experience of the first 1, 2, and 3 dungeon floors. The second Berserker setup is 3/4 Shadow Assassin with a zombie knight chestplate, a flower of truth, and a living dagger with a legendary wither skeleton pet. This setup will set you back 28.1 million coins, but will let you do floors 4 and 5. The next Berserker setup is full Shadow Assassin with a livid dagger, a baby yeti, a wither skeleton, and an ice spray wand. This setup will easily net you through 4-6 S+ groups, and it will cost you 96.1 million coins. The fourth setup is 3/4 Necron with the Shadow Assassin chestplate. Also a livid dagger, flower of truth, a baby yeti, and a wither skeleton. This time it's good to have both pets because then you also have DPS with the wither skeleton and damage resistance with the baby yeti. This setup though will knock you back 123.1 million coins. But this setup will also get easily net you through 4-6 S+ groups. The last setup, which is infinite budget and also the best possible Berserk setup, is 3/4 Necron with a 5-star Tarantula helmet, a baby yeti, an E-Drag/Tiger with a Valkyrie. This setup is the best Berserker setup possible, but will set you back 943 mil. But the really key is the Valkyrie and the Tiger pet for DPS. Since the Valkyrie gives you 60 base mana outside, 60 base ferocity outside of dungeons, and the Tiger pet also gives you ferocity, you might want to reforge some of your talismans for attack speed, so you can have the perfect balance of more than 100 ferocity and also 100 attack speed for the most DPS possible as a Berserker. The first mage setup consists of 3/4 zombie soldier with dark goggles, a frozen scythe, a voodoo doll, and an ink wand with an epic sheep as a pet. This setup will get you through floors 1, 2, 3, and 4, but also has a kind of price tag of 11.1 mil. The next setup is 2 Forts Necromancer Lord with super heavy chestplate and shadow goggles, a Spirit Scepter, and Frozen Scythe, also a leg sheath. It's nice to have both weapons of a Spirit Scepter and a Frozen Scythe because Frozen Scythe is easy to use when you're on low mana. But this setup will get you through for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but will net you back 22.5 mil. The third setup is 3 Forts Necromancer Lord with Shadow Goggles, a Spirit Scepter, a Voodoo Doll, a Mighty Staff for 20 mil, and a Livid Dagger for lifesteal. This setup will knock you back 69 million coins. But also, if you're going to purchase a Mighty Staff, wait until Scorpius becomes merit in roughly 20-ish days, because then the Mighty Staff prices will go very cheap. The fourth setup for Mage is 2 Fort Storm with a Necromancer Lord chestplate, a 100 mil Mighty Staff, a Spirit Scepter, and a Legendary Sheep, plus the Livid Dagger for lifesteal to keep you alive in the dungeons. This setup will get you through 4-6 S plus routes, and you might be able to start running 4-6 frag runs with this setup. The most expensive and the best Mage setup possible is 3 Fort Storm with Wither Goggles, a Hyperion, a Legendary Sheep, a Voodoo Doll, and a Livid Dagger for lifesteal. This is the most expensive Mage setup, but will easily get you through 4-6, 4-7 frag runs, and also 4-7 S plus groups with a lucky chance to grab a handle. Although this setup is also the most expensive, so it'll set you back 80 million coins, but you'll easily get that back while having a Hyperion.
Alright, and for the first healer set, we have 3 Forts, Legendary Super Heavy with a Mender's Fedora. For the weapons, you want to have Flower of Truth and an Ornate Zombie Sword with a Lesser Orb of Healing, which is optional, and an Epic Turtle Pet. All of that will cost in a total of 11.2 mil. For the second healer set, we have 2 Forts Necromancer Lord with a Legendary Super Heavy Chestplate, a Mender Fedora, and then same weapon as last time, Flower of Truth. This time, you're going to want to have either an Ornate or a Florid Zombie Sword, whichever you could afford. A Lesser Orb of Healing, again optional. And for this pet, you're going to want an Epic Blue Whale for a little bit more defense, which will have a total of 18.5 mil. For the third healer set, we have 3 Forts Necromancer Lord with a Mender Fedora, same weapon, a Flower of Truth, but you're going to also want a Livid Dagger for the optimal damage as a healer, because you do 0 damage as a healer, so that's going to really help a lot. And for the pet, you're going to want a Legendary Blue Whale, which is going to put the total to 65 mil. For the fourth healer set, we have 2 Forts Goldor with a Necromancer Lord chestplate, Mender Fedora, and same weapon, Flower of Truth with a Livid Dagger, a Lesser Orb of Healing, which again is optional, a Florid Zombie Sword, and a Legendary Blue Whale pet, so you could get a lot of defense, which will cost you 70 mil. For the last and final healer set, we have 3 Forts Goldor armor with a Mender Crown, a Valkyrie, a Legendary Blue Whale pet, a Flower of Truth, and a Florid Zombie Sword. This is the most optimal and best set you could get right now, which will cost you 792 mil. For the first tank setup, we have full Legendary Super Heavy armor with a Flower of Truth as the weapon, an Ornate or a Zombie Sword, whichever one, and an Epic Turtle Pet, similar to what we had as the healer, which will cost 11.2 mil. For the second set, we have 3 Forts Necromancer Lord with a Legendary Super Heavy chestplate, a Flower of Truth, a Livid Dagger, which is optional, an Ornate Zombie Sword, and an Epic Blue Whale pet, which will cost a total of 26 mil. For the third tank set, we have full Necromancer Lord armor with a Flower of Truth and a Livid Dagger. This time you want both of them again for the most damage, a Florid Zombie Sword instead of Ornate, and a Legendary Blue Whale Pet to get as much defense as possible as a tank, which will cost you 68 mil. For the fourth tank set, we have 3/4 Gold Ore with a Necromancer Lord chestplate, a Flower of Truth, a Livid Dagger, a Florid Zombie Sword, and a Legendary Blue Whale Pet. The same stuff as last time, just different armor, and that will cost you 72 mil. For the last and final tank set, we have full Gold Ore armor, a Valkyrie, Flower of Truth, a Florid Zombie Sword, and a Legendary Blue Whale Pet. Make sure that Blue Whale Pet's level 100 so you can have as much defense as you can. You're going to want a Valkyrie for, obviously, damage. And total price, that's going to be 794 million coins.